So I'm gonna be talking about this tractor, this equipment that we're using here on the farm. This equipment is been super helpful on the wholesale side of our farm operation. This is a Kubota L245H. H stands for high clearance, which means that the distance from the soil to the engine block, it's a little bit higher than most of the tractors. And so that allows this tractor to have a belly mounted implement compared as having it behind of the tractor. So the implement that we're using here on the belly, they are called basket weeders. They are like a type of wheel. Instead of the tires, we have these wires. It has different gears. And so one set of the basket weeders spins at one speed, and the other one at another speed. One goes faster, another one goes slower. And so that allows also, by having two sets, to do like double cultivation. So if one leaves a little bit of weeds, the other one can get it. Another cool thing about this tractor, I'm gonna show you here, is that instead of being seated right in front of the hood, like a regular tractor, I will be sitting here. The steering wheel and the seat is offset, and that allows also to allow you to be looking at your rows. You're gonna be driving on top of your beds, and you can see where you're cultivating. So that's actually that's the most important thing on the tractor. Now, we plant our crops based on our belly mounted implement. So when we space it so that these baskets can be cultivating in between our radishes. We have been evolving with our weed management approach. When we started, we were doing cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower. So we actually had two bars. We had this bar right here, and there was another bar behind it that was welded, and we were using sweeps, cultivating sweeps, and so we were doing just on the sides of two rows. But what we noticed is when we started cultivating this type of sweeps, they will move too much dirt, and the soil will be covering our radish. And we tried to go as slow as the tractor could go, and still it was impossible. And so we started thinking another way of cultivating, and just browsing online, and I read about the basket weeders, and one of the benefits they mentioned is that they don't move a lot of soil when they cultivate. And when I read that, I said, this is exactly what we need. So we ordered them, and of course it worked just as they mentioned. So we had to adjust it when we moved to radishes, because now we have 4 rows in the bed instead of 2. So when that happened, the adjustments we made is we had to get rid of the bar, the second bar. We incorporated the basket weeder. The adjustment was done pretty much just on the field. We went to the field on the bed, and we placed it, and we adjusted based on our rows. So once that was adjusted, our seeder is always set at the same distance. So once this basket weeder was adjusted, now everything is the same. When we are cultivating or weeding, we are trying to cover as much area as possible. And so right now we are doing all over top of our bed, but at the same time, we can be cultivating the rows in between the beds. And so for that, we're using just a regular sweep in the back. And so by the time we finish cultivating our bed, we already did the top and in between the beds. So that's helping us to save time and money, because we're doing all of those spaces at the same time. As farmers, most of the time, or many times, we're kind of tight financially, and we might not want to invest on the equipment because it's expensive. but in the long run, it's worth it. You know, I mean, I don't know how much we pay for the basket weeder, but it was not cheap. You know, so it was not too expensive or not cheap. So we were like, should we do it? And what if it doesn't work? So we were kind of hesitant, but we decided to go for it. And then, man, the first time we tried it, and it really changed our game here, and it has saved us a lot of time and money, and we have a better crop.